that led to me thinking, oh boy, it's more about the self than I thought it was, and then that led to the idea of self and group self and what's being threatened and everything. I'm mentioning it now because I've noticed that it just as a cultural shift, a lot of people's identities and group identities have moved on to not just being, let's say, Episcopalian or something, but vegan or Democrat, liberal, I'm a gamer or something like that. So it's not just what you're either into, but that now has become who you are. But I've also noticed, especially when I've done psychedelics in the past, or people that are doing psychedelic research, or you get on forums where people talk about that, or you get into meditation, one of the outputs of those two things, which seems to me are things that affect the default mode network, is that people no longer feel so compelled by identity, and they start to look at those things and think, oh, that's all bullshit. We're all one, and these identities are like barnacles or something. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, is this a reasonable way to look at it? The idea that both meditation and or other avenues toward turning the volume down on these things that you were talking about, like the posterior cingulate cortex, by whatever you want to call this, depersonalization or shifting the perspective from I am to I am part of, is that what's happening whenever people have that experience, that they're so common to these two, I don't know what you would call them, pathways?
Yes.
Where you go, oh, wait, like, I can't believe I cared about that so much. That seems to be something that happens on a big grand scale. And then the second thing you think is, if I don't have to care about that, then that means I am not separate from, and then you look around and see all the people you know and go, everyone.
So I'll say yes and yes. And two things I want to highlight there. One is that, why would any type of in-group type thing be different, whether it's, I am vegan, I am a gamer, I am this, I am that. It's the same process, where it gets rewarded, where, it feels good to be part of that group. Oh, yeah, we can all wear the same hats, or we can all, go online and shoot each other, or whatever, whatever's happening.
Like George Carlin said, always be careful when they start wearing hats.
So that's the first piece. The second is, actually, there are three pieces here.